Hello everyone, this is Sridhar Maria with you at BioOcean, and today we are here to learn one of the topics related to muscle physiology, that is a simple muscle twitch or a simple muscle contraction, otherwise a simple muscle curve. And this is one of the major topics related to muscle physiology, and also it is important for some competitive exams. So I would recommend you all to learn this concept properly so that you can answer it very well if any kind of questions like confusing and all those questions can appear, so you can attempt it well. Okay, so let's get into the video. The mechanical response of a single muscle fiber to a single action potential is known as a twitch. I hope that you all know that a muscle is made up of so many fibers, and a stimulus that is provided to this fiber is inducing a response in it, and that is what we call as a twitch. Okay, and when the stimulus with threshold strength is applied, the muscle contracts and then relaxes. The one point that you need to keep in your mind is that the first process that happens in this process is contraction, and then occurs the relaxation. And we have to apply a stimulus with a certain frequency or with a certain potential to evoke this contraction and relaxation process. Otherwise this won't happen, and that minimum amount of potential that is required to evoke a response is called as a threshold amount. Okay, if the stimulus that we are applying is not in a threshold amount, it won't evoke a response. So the threshold amount of stimulus is needed for this contraction and relaxation process, and this threshold amount changes accordingly to the muscle that we are using. These activities like contraction and relaxation are recorded graphically. We obtain a graph, and to obtain a graph we use an instrument that is called as a kymograph, and I hope that you all have seen this kymograph instrument in our lab and all that. Actually, it looks like this, and this kymograph was used initially in our olden days. Nowadays we have some kind of applications like PhysioX and all that, so that we can get this curve so fast without having a original muscle and all those. So kymograph is an olden stuff, and for understanding this concept we have some clues. That is, you all know this process is recorded as a curve, so that deflection from the baseline to the upward is called as contraction, and that line which is coming from the upward direction towards the baseline is called as relaxation. As you have seen in this picture, that yellow portion is the latent period, and that portion which is shown in a peach color that is going upward is the contraction period, and that shown in the blue portion which is coming downward is the relaxation period. Hope you all have understood it completely. A simple muscle contraction is otherwise called as a simple muscle twitch, and the graph that we obtain from this twitch is called as the simple muscle curve. And for understanding, there are four important points in this curve. First one, that is the point of stimulus. It is the point where we have applied the stimulus, and then comes the point of contraction. It is the point when the muscle starts to contract after receiving the stimulus, and then it is the point of maximum contraction where this muscle undergoes a maximum contraction according to the stimulus that you have provided, and for the last it is the point of maximum relaxation. That is the point at which the muscle comes back after having a complete contraction according to the stimulus. Okay. After reaching the point of maximum contraction, soon the muscle begins to relax, and after reaching the point of maximum relaxation, the muscle is now in a proper olden state. Then we can divide the simple muscle curve into three parts. The first part is the latent period denoted by LP. The second part, the contraction period denoted by CP. And the third part, relaxation period denoted by RP. Learning about latent period, it is the time interval between the point of stimulus and the point of contraction. Okay. And in this time, the muscle don't show any mechanical activity. The muscle is actually preparing itself to undergo contraction according to the stimulus that we have applied. So many chemical changes and all those stuffs are undergoing in that muscle. And then comes the contraction period. It is the time interval between the point of contraction and the point of maximum contraction. Okay, here it is the interval when the muscle contracts completely according to the amount of stimulus that we have provided. And at last comes the relaxation period. It is the interval between the point of maximum contraction and point of maximum relaxation. And in this period, the muscle comes back into the olden state after the process of contraction. And we can say that this total muscle twitch has 3 periods, and these 3 periods have their own specific times. And we can say that latent period is for about 0.01 seconds, contraction period is about 0.04 seconds, and relaxation period is for about 0.05 seconds. So altogether the twitch period is 10 seconds. And here it is shown the graph of muscle twitch. We can see the point of stimulation PS and point of contraction PC. In between, that is the latent period. And in between the point of contraction and point of maximum contraction, PC and PMC is the contraction period. And starting from the point of maximum contraction up to the point of maximum relaxation, that is in between the PMC and the PMR, is the relaxation period. This is what the concept of simple muscle twitch is. Okay. Comparing to relaxation, we can say that contraction is a shorter process and relaxation is a longer process, because contraction is an active process and relaxation is a passive process. Hope you all know very well about what an active and passive process is. We all know that every biological process have a ideal organism. For this process, the ideal organism is frog, and for understanding of or learning the curve, we use the gastrocnemius muscle of the frog. Understanding more about the latent period, we can say that there are so many factors or there are so many causes regarding latent period. And latent period is the time taken by the impulse or the stimulus to travel along the nerve from one place of stimulation to the muscle. And it is the time taken for the onset of initial chemical changes in the muscle. I have already told you that in the latent period no mechanical activity is occurring. Only the processes which are needed to start the contraction is occurring in the muscle. So there may be many chemical changes needed to work. That is what it is happening there. And then it is due to the delay in the conduction of impulse at the neuromuscular junction. So there may be any kind of obstruction and all that. So delay may occur. It may be also a cause of latent period. And it is due to the resistance offered by viscosity of the muscle. I hope you all know what viscosity is. It can be also due to the inertia of the recording instrument. Okay. Apart from the causes of this latent period, variations can occur in the latent period. It may be due to some physiological conditions and all those. In higher temperatures, this latent period is always decreased, and in lower temperature, it is always increased during fatigue and increases in weight. This is the overall idea of what a simple muscle twitch is. Hope you all have understood the concept. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment your suggestions and share it to your friends and all those who are interested to learn biology. If you have any kind of doubts, let me know through my email ID that I have provided. If you want to learn more such topics like this, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive notifications whenever I upload the video. Thank you for listening. See you all in the next video. God bless. Thank you.